Hey guys, it's Carla and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to give you guys a little bit of an update since dropping from nursing school, I guess. It's been a while since that video and there's a few things that I want to touch base on. If you guys remember correctly, it took me 3 months to even sit down and film a video talking about my experience with dropping from my nursing program. And let me just tell you that everybody had an opinion, and to this day, everybody has an opinion. Some of which have been very nice, very constructive, very uplifting, and overall just very supportive. But there have been some that I could have honestly just lived without. People thought that I was dumb for dropping the program. People thought that I was selfish for dropping the program. And some people also thought that it was very easy to put themselves in my shoes and say, I would never do that. Why would she do that? I would never. If I was given that opportunity, you know, I would just run with it and make the best out of that situation. And, you know, you're entitled to that opinion. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But personally, it wasn't the right fit. It was not meant to be, and it was a hard decision to make, but I had to make it. And after making that video, everybody had their opinion about me, about what I did, about my actions or my inactions, and it was a lot. As it was, making the decision to leave the program was hard emotionally, mentally. I didn't do anything for those 3 months except feel sorry for myself and feel very disappointed in myself in the fact that I had dropped the program. And now 7 months later, people still have their opinions, and what's done is done. There's no point in telling me that I made the wrong decision or that you would have done it differently in my shoes, because it's already done. Now, since dropping the program, it took me 3 months to sit down and film a video, and then it took me an additional 2 months to realize that I needed to do something. I was literally at home every day, not doing anything, and it just was not good for my mental health. I was still feeling bad on myself because I gave up on something that I worked so hard on, and it was just time to do something. So I decided to get a job. I am now working back at Kate Spade, my first true love, and it's been great. I started working there at the beginning of September, and it's not my permanent job. It's not something that I want to do for forever. It's literally just a part-time job that gets me out of my house a few times a week for a few hours. And I mean, it's just something that I needed to do. I needed to get out of my house and be productive. I needed to be an active member of society, if you will. So here are my thoughts on nursing school now. I'm so glad that I did it, and I am so incredibly proud of myself for taking that journey. However, for the foreseeable future, it's just not something that I'm interested in. In the past 7 months, I just feel like the universe has pushed me away from nursing, and it's not something that I want to pursue forcefully. I think that it's something that your heart should really desire, and it's something that you should feel passionately about. And I no longer feel passionately about it, at least not in this point in my life. I might feel passionately about it later in life, but at this point I don't feel passionately about it. And so I don't think that I should force something that, yes, I have worked very hard towards. I don't think that it should be forced. I think it's kind of like with a relationship, whether that be romantic or just a friendship type of relationship. It doesn't matter that you've put so much time and effort and energy into it. At the end of the day, if it's not making you happy, then you shouldn't keep pursuing it. And yes, you should try to make it work because you have put in all that time. And I feel like I did that. I feel like I tried to make it work. I feel like I did everything in my power to stay within that nursing path that I had embarked on, but it just didn't make me happy anymore. And unfortunately, it just isn't working. So that's where the journey has led me. I did the prereqs, I got into nursing school, and I dropped that program. And at least for now, I don't intend on pursuing a different nursing program. So now you might be thinking, well, Carla, you're 30 years old. What are you gonna do now? So here's the thing. What many people don't realize is that I've already gone to college. I went to the University of Houston and I graduated 4 years ago in 2015. I have 2 bachelor degrees, sort of, and I'll get into that sort of in a little bit. So my 2 degrees are in advertising and in Spanish. Now, I learned pretty late in my studies that advertising was not something that I actually wanted to pursue, and I finished the degree for the sake of finishing the degree. I was just so far into it that it would be pointless to not finish the degree because I was already so far into it. It would have been a waste of time and money and energy to not finish one, but also to try and like change my degree plan. So I went ahead and finished it, and I changed my minor, which was Spanish at the time, to another bachelor's degree. So I didn't do a double major, I did a double degree. With Spanish, I think of Spanish as something that will always be beneficial to me in whatever field and whatever career I end up landing in. So that was kind of like my thought process behind pursuing Spanish, is that it will always be beneficial to me. So I worked for almost 2 years before starting that nursing school journey. Both of the jobs that I had after graduation were not in the advertising world. I worked somewhere that dealt with a lot of tourism as my first job, and then the last job that I had was actually at Kate Spade as a supervisor. And while I was working at Kate Spade is when I decided that I wanted to go back to school for nursing. And so that's how the whole nursing journey actually began. So now, 4 years later, what am I doing with 2 degrees? Sort of. Firstly, the reason why I sort of have 2 degrees is because I still owe my last semester at the University of Houston. What happened? What had happened is that some way, somehow, there was an issue with my financial aid that semester. And so my financial aid never got dispersed, and thus my semester never got paid. You would think that they would have dropped me for non-payment. I know that's what you're thinking, because I made that question. Like, why didn't you guys just drop me for non-payment? That's literally what they do at every other college that I've attended. So the way that I understood it is because they had enough money in the pot to cover my tuition for that semester, and they were under the assumption that my financial aid money was going to be dispersed and the semester was going to get paid, they never dropped me because they had enough funds to cover my tuition. So at the end of the semester, after graduating, I owed my last semester of school. So although I did graduate in 2015, meaning I walked across the stage, I passed all my classes, all those credits show up on my unofficial transcript, I am unable to pay $25 for an official transcript, and my degrees have not been conferred. So that is why I sort of have 2 degrees from the University of Houston. So as of right now, my plan is to do my absolute best to get a decent paying job so that I can pay off my last semester of school, along with all my other student loans and other debts. I don't know if that's the update that you guys wanted, but that's the update that I'm giving you. My name is Carla, I'm 30 years old, and I'm just trying to get my act together. that is it for today, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for new videos in the near future, and until next time, I will see you guys later. I love you!